Number 10.
Beale ciphers, a series of 3 ciphertexts that are rumored to reveal the location of the biggest cache and treasures ever recorded in US history. Thousands of pounds of gold and jewels. To this day, only one of these ciphers were cracked, with the US Declaration of Independence turning out to be the key, but it only revealed the county where the treasure lay, that of Bedford County in Virginia. Today, treasure hunters dig through the various hillsides, although it is considered illegal to do so.
Number 9.
Phaistos Disc, a famous puzzle in the field of archaeology. This disc was discovered in 1908 in the Minoan Palace of Phaistos. It's made of a type of fired clay printed with mysterious symbols and hieroglyphics, believed to have been created around 2nd millennium BC. Even though scholars came close to deciphering it, they believe it to be written in a form of ancient Crete called Linear A, but the problem is they haven't even decoded Linear A.
Number 8.
Pollock Twins, a story from 1957 about supposed reincarnation. 2 girl sisters, 11 and 6 years old, killed in a car accident in England, while their mother gave birth to twins the following year. One of the twins bore the exact same birthmarks as her deceased sister in exactly the same places, and it got spookier when the girls requested exactly the dead sister's toys, which they couldn't possibly have known about. They also asked to be taken to places they'd never even heard of, like a park the departed sisters had been to.
Number 7.
Alcatraz prisoners, 1963, the Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary off San Francisco. Guards checked into the cells of 3 inmates, Clarence, John and Frank, and everything seemed fine. Soon afterwards though, the guards realized it wasn't men who were in the beds, but 3 dummies constructed from soap and toilet paper. The trio never turned up again, their bodies weren't discovered, and nobody knows if they made it to the mainland and escaped. It's actually a huge mystery.
Number 6.
The Lost City of Atlantis, the fabled island city, a world power in the 10th millennium that vanished overnight. Plato mentioned it in his story that it attacked Athens, failed, and then was sunk very soon after, but he claims it stood in front of the Pillars of Hercules, and we haven't found much evidence of this supposed city in Earth's geography. 2 places that could have been Atlantis, namely the island of Santorini, sunk by a volcano, and Sicily, which at the time was very similar to the description of the supposed Atlantis, but both of these places were nowhere near the pillars.
Number 5.
The Shugborough Inscription, an 18th century shepherd's monument located in Staffordshire, England, with a recreated sculpture of a famous painting known as Arcadian Shepherds. However, this painting contains the bizarre letters DOUOSVAVVM, a code left by the Knights Templar, apparently unbreakable, which reveals the location of the Holy Grail. Some of the world's greatest minds have attempted to reveal the secret, but all failed, including Dickens and Charles Darwin.
Number 4.
The WOW signal, 1977, a strong narrowband radio signal detected from outer space by Jerry R. Emmon, working on the Big Ear Radio Telescope of Ohio. For 72 seconds a signal was coming in, and Jerry, who had written down the details, was so excited that he actually wrote the words WOW on the same sheet of paper, which became the subject of heated media attention. If it did come from extraterrestrials in the Sagittarius cluster, they need to be highly advanced, sending out a signal far more powerful than anything Earth has come up with. In 2012, we beamed back in the direction of the signal that it originated from, 10,000 Twitter messages from just random ass people.
Number 3.
Cicada 3301, a puzzle that started in 2012 and has continued ever since. A scannable puzzle game that draws on cryptography, mathematics, literature, hidden messages, philosophy, and a host of other topics. The clues have sprung up in Poland, Hawaii, Spain, Australia, and Korea, with the goal to find intelligent people with the hope of meeting those that solve all the puzzles. Many on the internet believe it's a recruitment tool for the CIA or some other top secret government organization, or possibly to recruit for a global think tank. The last clue came up in January and will continue in January 2015.
Number 2.
Georgia Guidestones, referred to as a modern Stonehenge located in Elbert County, Georgia, is a series of stones engraved in 8 different languages relaying 10 new commandments for an age of reason. This stone doesn't contain any encrypted message, but the reason and origin for these stones is the mystery. Who built them and for what purpose? Some of the commandments are vague and somewhat sinister, including the first, which advises a human population of 500 million, leading some to feel it's permission to cull humanity. Conspiracy theorists believe it to be a message from a Luciferian secret society, a new world order.
Number 1.
Jack the Ripper, the most famous serial killer ever. He who stalked the streets of London and murdered prostitutes in gruesome, horrible ways. His image was built up in folklore, misinformation, and media attention to such a degree that we may never know the full story, but we do know he did kill at least 5 women and was within seconds of getting caught. Letters were forwarded to the police in which Jack apparently taunts them and goes on about how he will keep killing, but these are believed to have been fakes.